Hi, I'm Jenkinson and I'm here today at Stuart Longton Caravans looking at the Adria Altea. It's a 2019 model and it's the 552DT Tamar. So it says here on the side. Now this is a full 6-berth Tourer. Adria have been in the UK now for many years. 2020 to be exact. November 1970 was the first Adria officially sold in the UK at the Earl's Court show. So, the staying power, how do they do it? Well, they produce a very good Tourer. But I'm going to go and have a look inside in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to give you a guided tour on the outside. So, here we have the Adria. The front end sports a full front gas bottle locker. And also, it comes with an A-case hitch and quite a long drawbar. This is so you can actually put a bike on the front end here should you wish. That's something the Continental do quite a lot. It also has a sunroof and a one-piece front window. Now straight away, I notice that front piece window is quite small, but you'll notice more of that when we get inside. The Tamar has tough exterior cladding. It's not aluminium. It's like a type of GRP. We've got an exterior locker there and a stable door. It's obviously unglazed, and with the extra pack you get alloy wheels too. At the back end is the washroom, and that's the cassette engine toilet points. Here I am at the rear of the Adria. What you'll notice straight away is there's no one-piece back panel. Which is something you'd expect now on any entry-level Tourer range. There's only Bailey also don't do this. Having said that, the mouldings at the bottom are well finished off, and the overall exterior finish is pretty damn good. This of course is a 6-berth, and you've got the twin windows there, one for top, one for bottom bunk. And also you've got all your service points down here too. So for your water and your battery box, etc. And on the top you have a aerial for the radio. But what you don't get is a TV aerial as standard. Good heavy duty corner steadies fitted. Now the Adria isn't a bad looking van. It's not super looking smart. And it's probably due for a bit of an update, to be quite honest. I don't know what will happen for 2020. We'll have to see if it does get much of an update on the outside. Anyway, enough of the outside now, let's go inside. Well, here I am inside the Adria, and what you notice straight away, of course, is this is quite a short front end lounge. So this is a double bed make-up only. Plus, of course, as well, you don't get a chest of central drawers like you would do in a UK Tourer. The only advantage of that, I think, of course, is that this table goes up. You've got an extra seat here, so you can sort of get the freestanding table and all sit around and have a meal. But as I said about that front window earlier, just a little while ago, it's not until you get inside that you actually notice how small this window is. And if you want to see what's going on site, I'm afraid you're going to have to be pretty restricted. You're going to get a bit of neck ache looking out like that. This window really needs to be a lot larger than this. What you do get is a good sunroof, which actually opens as well. It's a good quality sunroof. It's well fitted. It's well designed. One of the best I've seen, actually. Seating wise, it's pretty comfortable. It's not bad. Again, it could do with a little bit more support. And making the double bed is quite easy because the two bed base sections slide out, meet up together, and the cushions just go across like so. Light in here, well, you've just got one ceiling light up above, and you've also got an LED spot there and an LED spot there. And this, of course, as I say, has got the extra added pack on, so it gets things like the alloy wheels, and it's got the CD radio in, and the speakers are actually here underneath the lockers. The side windows are good size, they're fine. But what you do feel this van is definitely sort of an entry-level tourer, and there are bits that give it away that it doesn't feel quite as well finished as it should be for this sort of money. But anyway, let's have a squint around the rest of the right. Well, I'm in the Altea kitchen. Now, what you note straight away is this configuration. It's like an L shape, and it looks very smart, and it is. You've got a stainless steel sink here. You've got 3 burners in line here. You've got a bit of work surface there. But you are restricted on your worktop. There's no extension flap on this side, and also you've no direct oven below. Now, that's not a major problem, because what they've done, and I like this idea, I mean, it's nothing particularly new, it's been around for many years, but the oven stroke grill is there, and that's a real good working height. Plus, it comes with a Thetford fridge. Now, remember, this is a 6 berth, but the chances of 6 people being on board are pretty remote. It's going to be more used as a 4/5 berth. So that should be quite adequate for storage, for cold fuel storage. What you have here above is obviously a roof locker, but it also has the microwave put in there, so you do lose a bit of space. Also, just while we're on this, they've got some very sort of flimsy catches, and again, it just really feels a bit built down to a price. Now, the kitchen has 3 mega sized drawers. These are massive. Now, one of these, of course, it's got a cutlery drawer in there, and again, that plenty. Although you do obviously don't have your cupboard space. Depends how desperate you are to have cupboards over drawers. There's also a main socket here. There's all the controls here for the main lighting, and also a battery meter, which is very retro really. It's just a needle dial, no fancy LEDs. Plus also there's the heating control, because the Altea does have blown heating, and the heater is down the bottom end there, which is just obscured at the moment by the washroom door. Now, again, as I say, if you're feeding 6 in here, or 4 or 5, you are pretty limited on worktop storage. So consequently, you know, you really are working against it really. LED lighting across here, make sure that you get plenty of spread of light. The kitchen itself is pretty well finished off, but let's have a quick look at the side bunks, side sindle dinette. Well, the side sindle dinette is ideal for children. It's also good for adults too. It's a slide along table, got a window here of course, and you've got a fold up bunk here that makes that extra berth at night time, so this sleeps 2 along here. And you've got some LED lighting here and LED lighting there, some storage lockers again above. The only thing I think lets it down again, unfortunately, is the seating. The seating cushions aren't particularly very comfortable. They're not very thick. Again, it's a little bit down to possibly, obviously keeping the weight down, but also a little bit of cost cutting there as well. But, you know, 2 children could use this side, no problem at all, while, say, mum and dad use the top there if there's just the 4 of you in there. But let's go and have a quick look at the back end here where the bunks are, and also the washroom too. Right, well, here we are. There's your heater. Again, it's quite dated the way that's done. It's the heater that's now done away with basically on UK tourers, but it will be probably quite cheap to use over the ones that combined unit, the combined boiler. There's a blown air heating outlet down here. There's also I think 2 in the actual lounge area. Here's your bunks. Now, these are great for the kids, of course. There's a little aluminium ladder there, but it just feels a little bit, how can I put it, a little bit bland. Something like a small shelf, or maybe a material pouch on there for storage would have been good for both, because you know what kids are like. My daughter was the same, always brought bits and pieces with her, always wanted to take stuff up to bed, a favourite doll and teddy or what have you, and you know, nowhere always to put them. Just going down to the bunk here, bottom bunk here, again, same thing, and also quite a bit of headroom there, again for a child, and good sized windows, so you can see what it's going to be like and see if your mates are playing out as well. They're up and about. Now that is enclosed off with this. Now again, I'm always a bit wary about these concertina type things, because at the end of the day they are a little bit flimsy. I personally would have probably put a curtain there, because A, it would have been less hassle regarding maybe baking, and also it would have been cheaper, and the money you'd have saved you could have put on the pouches on the bunk sides here. Of course, this bit is the wardrobe, and again I'm searching around for that catch under here. There's no handles on the outside. Again, I think that's a bit of a, again, possibly costing saving exercise. The heater is flued out through the roof, and of course, but it's right here at the back end. And you've also got your electrics box down here too. Now, I would say that is really quite a small wardrobe, and me, my wife and daughter, especially when she was younger, would have filled that up without any problem at all. We'll see, putting quite a bit of weight at the back of the van, but there's a bit more storage here, thankfully, in the way of a cupboard, so at least you can put your jumpers and things in there. Again, this sort of thing just feels a little bit down market. There's your fire, of course. Right, we're going to go and have a look now in the washroom. Well, just before we go in the washroom, just show you that plug socket there. Obviously that's the lights there for going in there, but I think that plug socket would have been possibly better a lot lower down. I don't see it serving much of a purpose up there at all. It really needs to be lower down, possibly maybe even putting down on the bunk area there. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go and have a quick look here in the washroom. And it's a very bright and airy, because of course you've got this big side window there. It's playing a bit of havoc with my lighting. You've got a fixed cassette electric flush loo, a bit of floor area for getting changed, and this is your shower. Now the shower isn't like a lined proper cubicle, and that mirror there is just that, a mirror, and it's like put on a piece of wood. Again, it's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit sort of yeah, there's been better fixing actually to the wall. It would have looked a bit better, I think, instead of being, I did like that. But that's your shower. It's quite big, it's not too bad at all. As I say, you've got some floor area there. You've got an LED light, I think, in here. But you're saying, well, hang on, where's that hand basin? Oops, I'm afraid you're going to get my arm in there. Well, this is it. It's a fold out one. Now that idea's been around a long time, since the 70s, 60s even. I think one of the last UK manufacturers to use this idea was actually Eldis, and although it's not a bad idea, it does show its age a little bit. I suppose they're trying to make every use of every bit of space they've got. So right, now hang on. I've got those silly little catches again under there. You've got a bit of storage up here for all your bits of toiletry stuff, because that's all you've got. You've got actually no other storage at all in here. It's practical, it does its job, but it does feel, as I say, quite a little bit more sort of utilitarian. I think just a bit basic. Oops. But I do like the fact they do put a side window in there. Okay, let's have a quick sum up about this van and see what we all think. What do I think about the Tourer? It's had it from Adria. Well, I did say there was 2 blown air outlets in the lounge area, but there's actually only 1. It's my mistake on that one. This is a bad Tourer. It's quite spacious. It feels quite bright and light interior, because today it's a very sort of cloudy day on and off, a bit of sunshine in between time, some showers. I just feel that it just feels a little bit on the very basic side. Compartment there for your table storage. I feel the seats on here could have been thicker. Needs a wider front window. And also at the front end here, these 2 are literally not locker space, that's just really dead storage. You've only got these, and they just feel a little bit flimsy. Just feels a little bit flimsy. I like all this. I think this is all well finished off here. This is super. There's no doubt about it. This is one of the best, as I say, sunroofs in. There's no doubt about it. I think if you want an Adria, you'll like this. If you're an Adria fan, you'll like it. If you're in the market and you're for this type of tour, 6 berth, I mean, you are spoilt really. The fact is you've got Sprite, with their excellent Sprite Major TD6. You've also got Luna with their Venus, and also you've got Eldis with their Explore. And to be quite honest, they do take some beating. The Sprite is the benchmark as far as I'm concerned. This feels a quite well made van. The finish, as I say, just feels a little bit sort of Spartan at times, but you know, they have a good reputation, the Adrias, and as I say, they have been in this country since 1970, November 1970. There was the official launch. They did have a bit of a dodgy spell in around about 1994-95 when IMV, the people who were distributed, can't get that out, into the UK, actually hit the wall. And a couple that I know, and sadly Stuart's no longer around, Stuart and Jenny Cook, they were very brave, bought all the Adria spares and started to keep the Adria importation to the UK. By this time all the dealers had virtually gone. There was 37 dealers in the UK in the mid-80s, and Adria were making things like the Optima, which was a great range of Tourers. They were lightweight, they offered something an alternative entry-level Tourer to something like from the mainstay UK manufacturers of the time. So one thing about Adria is they've been around in the UK for, as I say, for a long time, which is very good, because a lot of imported makes tend to come and go, and you've got to remember that when it comes to parts. And getting bits for this, well, some of the bits obviously, like the ovens and the fridges, are all you can get anyway. Other things like body panels might be a little bit more troublesome, so you just need to remember that. But overall, out of 10, I'd probably scrape it a 6.5. I do think it just lacks in certain areas, like on the worktop space, storage, and also it's quite a small sink. And this front window, really, I couldn't live with that. Other people might be able to, but I think it really needs to come to about here on both sides. Gives it more panoramic view, and also it would make it even feel bigger, this fan inside as well, because this sunroof does a really good job. And of course, when you've got sunroof, you do miss a roof locker storage, and there's nothing here like we're seeing now in some vans that actually offer you a little bit extra storage, like on Luna when they decided to bring this cupboard and put it on an handle, and then it was followed by people like Bailey. So if you want a tour that's a bit different, and one with a good reputation, this could be the one for you. It's short of £18,000, but I really would sort of say look at the Sprite, the Venus, the Explore, and possibly the Bailey Phoenix as well, although Bailey don't class that now as an entry level caravan. I think that's a bit of a thing they're trying to get away with entry level. In all fairness, it actually, the Phoenix does sort of lie between what the old Pursuit was and what the old Pegasus was, so it's a bit of a mix of those two. Specification wise, it's not bad, it's fine with the extra kit on it, but yeah, I think it'll serve its purpose, and I think it'll be quite durable, and I think you'll find that it tows well. And on the continent, of course, Adria is a big name. So I'm going to say, please subscribe, and also leave any comments as well. This is Andrew Jenkinson now signing off from Stuart Longton Caravans. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy my others. Bye for now.